Okay, I limped. I don't even remember limping really with Queen 10. That'll happen sometimes. You'll just kind of forget what you did. I'll see the flop with this guy. This is another situation where I want to lead out. Let him know I have a hand and see what happens. You know, I'm quite all right with him just folding right now. And if he raises me, then I'm going to have to give him credit probably for an overpair, a better kicker, and probably just a fold. But see, he folded. So if I check and he bets $7, $8, $9 and I just call, what have I learned about his hand? I've learned nothing. If I lead out for $10, I'm going to, A, possibly take it down right there without letting him get a free card to outdraw me. B, I'll learn about his hand. If he just calls, I don't really learn a whole lot about his hand. But if he raises me, I can feel, 75% confident that he probably has me beat, and I can just fold it without really putting a whole lot of stress on myself. So yeah, I kind of was sticking my neck out there with making that $10 bet, because he did raise it pre-flop. It's possible that he could have had a really good hand. But when I bet that $10, it's my way of letting him know, I like my hand, what do you got, What are you doing? All he had to do was raise me there, and I fold. But, he can't possibly know that, so he just plays his cards and he folds. We got about 8 more minutes until the other tournament window pops up, so start thinking about wrapping this up soon. Apologies to anyone watching this video having a hard time. I've got a pretty big monitor, pretty good resolution, so some of you guys might be having a hard time watching this video just because of the size of your monitor or the resolution or whatever. I figured that enough of us probably have pretty decent resolution monitors that we would be able to handle a video this large. The recording software tried to talk me out of making this thing. It said that my recording screen size was way too large, but all right, bottom pair here. With all these limpers, I'm thinking one of them is going to bet. So what I'm going to look to do here is check raise all in. Anytime I flop bottom 2 pair, especially with like a flush draw out there, I just want to get all my money in on the flop, because bottom 2 pair is a very vulnerable hand. See, we've got I'm not going to fold this. Let's just put it that way. No way I'm going to give someone credit for 9-9 or 9-4 or 9-3 or anything like that. So I got to stick the money in there. I think it might come out where I'm somewhat of a marginal favorite, but I'm anticipating a flush draw, at least one. Okay, see, I am not that far ahead at all. It's a plus EV spot for me, but there's a lot of cards that can come to beat me, like that for being one of them. So I'm out of this tournament now, but I got what I wanted. I got my money in on a huge pot as a favorite. Not a huge, overwhelming favorite, but a favorite. I mean, if I run that situation a million times, I'll probably win, I'll probably profit like 400 chips. But that's okay. That's poker. You just got to learn to just sweat that stuff off, because if you play enough poker, you're going to get bad beats like that 20 times a day. And if you let it get to you every single time, it's just a leak in your game. It's after a while, you just get desensitized to it. Here I completed a small blind with 10-8, and I'm not really one to try to open steal from the small blind unless I'm raising all in. Oh, I just made a misclick there. I did not want to call. I thought I was calling 50 cents, not $5.50. I mean, sure, I could have had a worse hand, but for the record, I would have folded to that if I had realized it had been raised. So that's kind of another thing that can happen sometimes when you're multi-tabling, is you just, in your haste to make a quick decision, you kind of don't soak everything in. I kind of missed the fact that this pot had been raised to $6. But, no harm, no foul. It's not the end of the world. Just kind of a small price, kind of a small EV that you have to sacrifice to play this many tables, is the occasional misclick like that. That's pretty bad of me. Normally I look a lot closer, but... Okay, so now we're back down to 4 tables. I've got another tournament opening in 5 minutes, so that worked out okay, busting out of that one before the next one pops up. I'm not going to try to steal with 6-5. I mean, I'm just not that good. I'm not that aggressive yet. Here on the button with 5-3 suited, I'll definitely want to see a flop. No limit's such a positional game that I'll definitely take a peek at a flop with 5-3, especially if I can just get in for the minimum. A lot of limpers in front of me, that's always good. Didn't really hit the flop, but it's fine. This guy, Queen 2, another dump. This $3 rebuy has been, at least since you guys have been watching, not a lot's gone on for me. I got up to about 20,000 at the break, and here we are an hour and 15 minutes after the break, and I've really hardly done anything. I think I got down to 15,000 at one point, and then won a race, won a 5,000 chip pot race against a real short stack. I guess I busted that guy with Ace King. That was on video, but that was another small pot. Really, I'm not really playing a lot of big pots in this $3 rebuy. Eventually I'll have to, but right now I'm okay with just kind of sitting back and chilling. This $10, well, just look at the stack sizes on this $10 rebuy table. 6,500 is the biggest stack, you know, about 20 minutes in. That's pretty rare. Normally you'll see at least one guy over 10,000 by this point. But this is clearly a pretty tight table, and I can't say I mind that too much, but given the fact that I'm not planning on rebuying and adding on, but I definitely wouldn't mind some guys that are just pushing all in pre-flop, so I can just kind of pick a hand and just go with it, and hopefully just build up a stack. This whole these guys seem pretty eager to just, you know, make standard raises and play pots nice and pretty like it should be done, and that's fine and dandy. But I would be much more pleased if I saw some guys making just like Botsky there with Ace Queen. Like, I would have just bet all in pre-flop with Ace Queen, because you know, the whole goal of the first hour of a rebuy tournament is just to build a big stack. So if you're just making little standard raises and being all dainty and cute, it's like, what's the point, really, you know? I think I'm just going to go ahead and push here. It's kind of a weird push, but I don't want to, I don't want people thinking I'm a complete, you know, nut peddler. I'm not just sitting here waiting. I'll probably show my Queen 10 if it folds around to me, just so everyone knows, hey, you know, I'm not just sitting here waiting for aces to try to, you know, double up or whatever. And if I get a call, odds are the kind of hands that are going to call me here, I'll probably have some live cards, so I didn't get called this time, but I really wouldn't have minded a call with something like Ace-Jack or whatever, because I'm really just, all I'm doing is just trying to build a stack. Even if that means I have to take the worst of it a couple times, that's fine. I'm just trying to get something going here. Obviously this is going to be a limp with Jack-10 suited, a couple limpers in front of me. It's a pretty nice spot. That's the kind of hand you like to have in a late position with a couple guys that have already limped in. Here's my next $10 tournament that starts in 1 minute, so we'll go and start wrapping this up. We'll finish this hand up here in the cash game with top pair 10 kicker, and we'll call it a day for this video. Just going to go ahead and smooth call this. I don't want to raise with the guy behind me in case he's got something. I guess there were two guys behind me, and it's kind of a bad turn card in case he's whatever. Yeah, he's obviously got me beat here. I'm not going to put any chips in. So, all right, that'll do it. Check out pokertips.org for check out the forums, and let me know what you think of this video, guys. Have a good day.